Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a different broadcast here for us this evening. We are going to have the Gen 7 cars versus the Porsche Cup cars going around the Legacy Phoenix Motor Speedway. We will try to get you the starting grid for this race. It seems like Streamlabs is also once again being difficult for us this evening. We will try to make sure we get it all sorted out before the green flag gets going here. Well, we do. It looks like Sean Stam is going to start P1 this evening. But before the drivers take the green flag, let's go ahead and get you tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets singing through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
As the drivers now making their ways through turns 3 and 4, they should be ready to get these things fired up. Like we said, a little bit different tonight. We got some Porsche cars. We have the Gen 7 cars as they are going to take off. And it looks like Dan Frederick is immediately going to jump ahead of the Porsche cars here. This is pretty awesome. The old Legacy I should say Legacy International Raceway here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's not the big dog leg like you normally see. And the lights are on the Porsches. The Gen 7s do not have headlights on them, so they're going to require the lights of the Super Speedway or the lights of the Porsche cars. We got one car sliding there on the inside wall. He looks like that is going to be lawless there. No fast repairs, unfortunately for him, as he goes around early. This is a short one here this evening. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, we are only doing about 20 or so laps around this. No cautions. You see another guy around here in the back. I'm going to just go back here and review. We are going to do a 30-minute race. It is a minute race, so let's go ahead. Let's put the time up there for you. As you see, only 18 minutes left. I'm sorry, 20-minute race. Little quick one here. Oh, we got some contact up front with the leaders. Oh, boy. Skateboarding in the outside wall. Now up on his lid. That is going to hand the lead over to James Fracone in the Porsche GT car in the 11. Followed by Lewis Sherry in P2. Sean Stam now getting back going. He is up back to P3 going around the racetrack right now. Little bit different look. Are we going to have, we do, we have a yellow flag out on the racetrack, so a wild start for these guys. No safer barriers down the back straightaway, so that's going to be a hard hit if this was not virtual for these guys. We'll see if we can go back and maybe get a look to what happened. We were busy trying to look at some of our graphics, trying to make sure everything is in line here. Let's see if we could get this going. This is going to be a little later on. Let's see if we can queue up the correct one here. Here we go. This should be it. This should be one of the incidents that happened. This is going to be the 76 go round, so our app is making us guess which one. Here we are. Looks like, oh, the Porsche is just going to misjudge when the next gen car is going to turn into the corner. And with the height difference in this thing, it is just going to flip that Garage 56 looking car up on its side. And he's just going to skateboard ride the wall there. So, wild start to this one. The 11 car up front behind the pace vehicle as they go around Phoenix. It looks like we may have some guys who are out of this thing. It looks like we may have had some guys with some repairs being done. So it looks like we have about 5 cars still on track as they follow the pace car around. This is a little bit different than what you're normally seeing. We have a mix of NASCAR cars, some Cup cars going around. As your leader, James Fraycone, up 1 spot. Lewis up 3. Sean, he started on the pole. Looks like he moved to the back of the pack here at the start of it, and then right now has found his way right back up to the 3rd position. I'm going to guess this is Garth Earl. I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce it. Garth Earl in P4 and Alexander in P5. Looks like he's trying to get some heat into those things. We are at night, so temps may be down while we get a look. I think we still have lights on the pace car. Let's go around here and look, see if we can get a better view. If the lights, yes, the lights are still on the pace car. So let's hide this. Let's go ahead and try to get some info. Right now, 67 degree air temperature, 67 degree track temperature. So yes, the track is pretty cool right now. They are gonna definitely be trying to scrub in some heat, because I guarantee you, especially in the next gen cars, they are fairly loose. The other thing for this evening, I was told to be aware of, there is no traction control or ABS for either of these cars. So definitely getting heat at the tires is going to be crucial to try to get this thing to turn and grip in the corners. The lights are back out on the pace car. We should be going green flag here when they get back to the front straightaway. Well, we don't get a chance to really get on board with the other series that we host, so let's get on board and let's hear a couple of these cars fire off as they get ready for the restart. Not the normal V8 growl that you normally hear. These things, I believe, are turbo, these Porsche cars. We'll go on board, we'll take a look at it, and we'll try to ride on board with a couple of these guys as they get ready to go back green flag racing from Phoenix. Sean Stam on the outside, getting that thing to find a little bit of grip up top of the racetrack there. He's going to rocket his way to lead. It looks like we have about 14 minutes left in this thing. So we see it here. It looks like the yellow machine of the number 11 of James Fraycone has fallen back to 67, struggling to find grip, getting into turns 3 and 4. He's going to slip back to P5. James Fraycone up there, down a couple spots. Alexander is starting to move his way forward again. Lewis in the 23 up to P2 right now. Looks like the next gen cars are struggling to get the throttle down up off the corner, but what they struggle to get back up to speed at the long run at the end of these straightaways, you see them pull back even. So for completely different cars. They seem to have some pretty even racing. Alexander really able to put the throttle down off the corner, but the Cup cars are going to close the gap on these guys with just the raw horsepower they have getting down into the corner there. You see the substantial ground the 95 is making up there on the 8 car as they go down the old dog leg here. Still grass the inside. Careful these next gen cars not to get too far on that curb. These next gen cars with the independent rear suspension is definitely very sketchy on corner exits there. You see the 95 is now all over the back bumper of the 8 car. Let's get a look on board. You hear the downshifting. Big grip coming off the corner there. Sean's going to try to power back on the outside. Excuse me, on the inside. There you go. This is the raw horsepower. And then the 95 is just able to drive it so much further into the corner. We'll get a look outside of these cars as the 95 completes the pass. What does the 8 car have for him down the straightaway? Can he make a move? Maybe he puts a bumper to him. Getting into the corner here. The 95 continues to lead this thing. Sean Stam second. Garth Earl in the 67 P3. James Fraycone in P4. And Lewis in P5. Dan Frederick is still out there on the racetrack a little bit further behind. He might be struggling just to find some grip in that thing. It also is pretty dark out. Let's see if we can go on board with him. He doesn't have any headlights. We also have an app that's brightening up the screen a little bit for you guys when it goes nighttime out here. So it's probably a little darker behind the wheel. It might be hard to find your apexes as they go around this racetrack. Well, Alexander continues to lead the stage. He's flashing the headlights at somebody, or maybe he's just letting the 95, or excuse me, the 8 car behind him let him know, I'm leaving you. See you later, buddy. I am gone. The 8 is starting to drop back just a little bit here as they go into turns 1 and 2. We'll keep an eye here on the leaders. It looks like that is the closest action on the racetrack. I'm getting notified from Streamlabs that they're having all kinds of issues right now, drop frames, so we apologize if the stream is lagging for some reason. Last night we ran 2 races with absolutely no issues. It seems like every now and again, if you leave Streamlabs open for too long, it likes to have issues. We try to reboot it all if we get another yellow flag. We'll try to get that all sorted out, but we do not want to miss any of the action on the racetrack. The 95 starting to extend his lead a little bit out on the 8 machine. You see the headlights flashing there. Oh, the 8 catches a lot of that apron there. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can get some of the best times of the race. We'll see the lap time difference as the ticker scrolls back around. The 295, a blistering 27.89. The 8 cars in the 28 twos. Let's just get it here back on the top 5 there. 28 twos, 28 sevens for the 11 car, 29 ones, 29 twos, and 28 sevens back in P6. So we will go ahead and put the gap back up there, see who is starting to close up, if anybody's going to make any headway on Alexander, as he is just on cruise control. He is taking off right now and getting out of Dodge with about 9 minutes to go. Streamlabs is trying to tell me that the bit rate is a little too high. Maybe for these cars, maybe because we have a smaller field. We'll go in here. We'll try to maybe mess with it a little bit and see if we can get the output to be a little cleaner for these guys. See if maybe that is going to help the stream here. See if we can get it sorted out for you guys. We will definitely have to do another broadcast for these cats with all the issues we had from the start of this thing. Now we go on board, maxing out 5th gear down to, oh no, he downshifts too early. The 95's in the wall. Let's see, does Sean get around? He gets checked up. He's going to go around and retake the lead. You saw it right on the onboard. The RPMs were just a little too high for Alexander as he spins getting into turns 1 and 2. This track is fairly flat, so if you don't get your rev matches correct, it is very easy, especially with no traction control in those GT cars, as they go around the racetrack with about 8 minutes left to go in the race. The 8 car of Sean Stam is now rocketed his way to the lead. Now it will be interesting if maybe the damage is going to hurt the 95, or if the 95 with the lap times he's been running, will he have enough time to get back to the 8 car here? We'll go on board with Alexander and ride around for a lap or two, see if we can see him try to close the gap on the next gen number 8 of Sean Stam. Let's keep it here on board. The 95 letting the 8 know he is coming. He is flashing the headlights. Maybe try to play a little bit of a psychological game there on the 8. He is running him down. It is down to 2.3 seconds. Let's go back out here. You see it there on the ticker. 2.2 seconds with 6 minutes to go. He just might have enough time to get there. It also might be fairly distracting for the 8 because he does not have headlights on that thing. So maybe he is just trying to mess with him by shining that light in the rearview mirror. Sean is going to start to catch lap traffic here. Let's go back and take a look at the last lap around. A 28.5 for the 8 machine, a 28.2 for the 95. So he is catching about 3/10 a lap, but we have pit stops because they only have 30% of a fuel load on board. This should help the 8 car maybe stretch it out for fresh tires on that thing. Also going to be very curious here with the Cup cars. They have a much longer pit stop to change the tires on these things. Normally for the GT3 cars coming up. Let's see if the 95 makes his way down pit road. They have the same fuel load percentage on board. I'm just wondering with the size of the fuel cell if it's not going to be even on the laps. Sean is starting to get back going. You see him hammer down out of the pits, trying to hang on to that thing. He's going to have to get some heat in those tires. Oh, the 95 is around again. That is not going to help his chances of catching the 8 car. That is really going to hurt. He is completely the wrong way. Now the 11 of James Francone is technically going to go to the lead here. So when this all cycles back forward, can the 8 car catch up to this 11 car? Although I believe the 8 is going to be 1 lap down as they run. No, he's only 20 seconds. Well, only 20 seconds. 19 seconds behind. He is already starting to close the gap up on him. Let's get a look on board. He's a little further back. He is just getting onto the front straightaway, passing the start finish line. Mr. Francone is all the way in the middle of turns 3 and 4. With only 4 minutes to go, unless they need a pit stop, I am going to say it's going to be very difficult for the 8 car to get back up there and regain the lead. The other guy in the 95, his car is pretty tore up right now, but he is starting to catch the leader just a couple tenths a lap. Let's go ahead and look. He was 0.6 of a second faster last lap around. I don't know if that is going to be enough time to get there. Take a look on board from the 95 machine. Not too far in front of him. You see him out there. Can he get there in time? No, I believe that is a next-gen car. Yes, the leader is all the way coming into turns 3 and 4. So that is lap car. The 95 still struggling to hang on to that. He must be dang near out of tires with the lap times he was running. Let's check back in with the 8 car here going around. He is approaching the back, well, what is now the front straightaway, but in the legacy cars is the back straightaway. going around Phoenix. We are down to 3 minutes to go in this thing. We are definitely going to have to get another broadcast in for these guys. We're not sure why Streamlabs is having such a big problem so far this evening. We are definitely going to sit here and work on that. We will promise these guys another run at this thing. Sounds like we had one in the wall further back. Let's take a look. It may have just been some contact with the outside wall as James Fraycone continues to lead us. We are under 3 minutes to go. Being very patient on the throttle, the driver of the number 11. He doesn't want to end up the wrong way. It looks like he is holding his ground on the 95 machine, and the 8, even with his 4 fresh tires, has not been able to make up a ton of time. We are down to under 2 minutes to go in this one. James Fraycone, Alexander Kohler, Sean Steam, Dan Frederick as the 95 pounds the wall again. Sean Stam, Dan Frederick in P4, Garth Earl in P5, Lewis in P6. It looks like the 76 car has retired from this race with the wreck he had earlier. With about a minute and a half to go, they're probably going to see about 3 or 4 more laps around Phoenix this evening. We sincerely apologize. I don't know what is going on with the stream right now. It's saying we are dropping frames left and right, but we just did 100 laps from Talladega last evening with no issues whatsoever. I'm just wondering, different tracks, if we need to go in and adjust some bit rates. According to Streamlabs, maybe Streamlabs needs an update. We've had it open for a couple hours trying to get this thing up and going for everyone. Very, very frustrating when this happens. As we are under 1 minute to go, we have about 45 seconds, so maybe they will get 1 or 2 more laps in. The 11 continues to lead this thing. Some more contact for the outside wall there. He is just being a smooth operator right now. 30 seconds to go, and with them running just about 28 seconds lap times, he should take 1 more lap around after this one. With about 2 seconds remaining in the race time, it usually throws up the last lap then, unless it throws it up early. Every series is a little different. As a broadcast team, we need to get a little bit more experience with it as they come around here. Here comes, he is going to cross with technically 2 seconds to go in the stage, so I have a feeling this is going to be the white flag lap, or it was already a checker. He's still on it, so I'm going to assume that this is going to be it. It looks like James Fraycone has this one in the bag. 9.5 second lead as he rolls through turns 3 and 4. As long as he gets out of this corner, he will be just fine. James Fraycone is going to be the winner from Phoenix, as the 95 is going to come down and turns 3 and 4. That car has seen better days. It probably old destroyed right front. He's going to come home P2. Sean Stam rolling down the back straightaway to complete his lap around. It looks like he's got no pressure from behind. He is going to come home P3 this evening. We'll check him crossing the start finish line here. Stam gets 3rd. Lewis and Dan Frederick are going to come home 4th and 5th. A little congratulatory bump there for Fraycone from the Garage 56 looking machine. Here comes the 95 to double down, give him some love. So congratulations to the 11 machine. Well, we are going to have to message the league owner and promise to get this all sorted out. We are definitely going to do another race for them, get it all sorted out here. this was definitely a different one here this evening. We will get it all figured out. We will be live again later this evening with the SMT crew. They are going to be on the Bristol Dirt track with the Craftsman Truck Series. We're going to make sure we get all the action from that. And later on after that this evening, we will be live once again, only this time from Daytona, with the SNM Series. Thank you so much for everyone coming out and watching. Hopefully, well, I can promise you the next one's going to be much better than this. We will get it all sorted out. We're going to do some restarts. We're going to send out our sincerest apologies. But until a little later on, we are just about, let's see what time we got here. We are just a couple hours away from the next broadcast. Make sure you check back in with us. Make sure our stream is working. Well, until then, we'll see you later on.